Hey guys, any of you who watched my impromptu home tour that I did last year will recall that I'm a fan of the HBO show True Blood. With the show just returning for its 4th season and Tarte just launching their True Blood inspired makeup collection, I thought that it would be fun to do a True Blood themed video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Tarte for True Blood collection, sharing with you some of my own personal favorite products for creating realistic vampire makeup, showing you a Lafayette inspired makeup look, as well as giving you a couple tips on how to create that dewy skin that all of the living characters have on the show. So if any of that interests you, stick around, let's get started. The Tarte for True Blood collection is a new collection of limited edition makeup by Tarte inspired by the HBO show True Blood. It consists of 3 different products, an eyeshadow palette, a cheek stain, and a lip stain. Purchasing info, including links, product, and swatch photos, will all be available on my blog, DUSTINHUNTER.com. Right now, let's get started talking about the products. I'm going to start with the eyeshadow palette that looks like this. And it does come with this little card on the back when you get it. It tells you everything that's in the palette, and when you open it up, it has some eye charts for some different looks that you can try. There's a drawer on the front, which when you pull out, holds 3 different products. You have a lifted eye primer, which is actually a really decent eye primer. I think it's better than Urban Decay's Primer Potion, but everybody's gonna have their own preference. This also comes with a Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I really like this mascara. The thing that I like the most about it is that the formula doesn't ever clump on me, and the wand that it comes with actually separates lashes really nicely. Now the last product in this little pull-out tray is an Emphasize Aqua Gel Eyeliner, and this is actually a product that I had not tried before, and I have to say I absolutely love this. The color is incredibly dark, and the pencil is really soft. If you can see what that looks like. It's amazing for lining the waterline because it goes on almost like a liquid. When you close your eyes, it immediately transfers to the upper lid and you've got your tight lining all done. The only thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't smudge very well. Once it dries, it's really on there. But I'm not going to complain about that either. Now let's talk about the shadows, which is why you bought this thing in the first place. When you open it up, you'll see 17 shadows. They're decent size, and the quality overall is really good. I'm going to show you swatches of these on the screen, starting up here at the top left, moving left to right, top to bottom. Now that you've seen all those, let me tell you which ones I think are the best ones. Starting with the mattes, Dusk, Werewolf, Stake, and Legend are all really awesome. The payoff is really good. As these colors go, they're some of the nicest ones that I've ever come across. Apart from the mattes, some of my personal favorites here are Fairy, that pale pink, icy, shimmery highlighter. Charmer, the True Death is a standout shade in here. It's that metallic silver. It's really pretty. And then Moss and V. The other ones that I thought were also really good, but I just don't really gravitate towards, were Glamour Me, Telepath, and Bayou. All 3 of those are really pretty, especially Bayou. I just don't usually go for golds, but anybody who likes colors like this, I don't think they would be disappointed with it. Now for the bad news, because there's always a little bit of bad news. The only ones that I didn't really like were Nocturnal and Immortal. I thought they were too similar to each other, and they just look like a matte black base with a little bit of glitter. But all of those were really fine in comparison to Waitress, which is right here. There's so much chunky glitter going on in it, that it just kind of gets everywhere and it makes it really, really difficult to use. I would have liked to have seen some brighter colors in here. When I think about makeup and the characters in True Blood, the first people that come to mind are Lafayette, Pam, and Arlene. They're kind of the big makeup wearers on the show, and I would have liked to have seen them represented a little bit better here. Especially Arlene, I would have loved to have seen a really gorgeous, frosted, bright turquoise to go with her flaming red hair. That being said though, I do understand when you're developing products and you're trying to market them to the masses, universally appealing is important, and not everybody loves bright eyeshadow. All in all though, I think it's a pretty good palette. If you're a fan of the show, of course you could pick it up just because it's cool. I actually bought two, one to not open because I'm a big dork. Moving on to the cheek stain though, let's talk about that for a second, which looks like this. Twist off the top, and you've got this, which pops up. It's a little push up that you push through here. Now you do have to be careful when you push it because you can push it up and out, but it pops right back in. This is a red gel. Get it on my fingers, you can see what it looks like, with a whole lot of gold glitter in it. The texture is nice, the finish is nice, it lasts a long time. It has a nice scent to it that was actually unexpected. It smells like citrus to me. It smells like fresh lemon zest or lemon peel. It's a nice smell. Now lastly, let's talk about this lip stain. This is the LipSurgence Lip Tint. This is what it looks like. It's not really a stain, I guess it's like a lip tint. But it comes in a little crayon-y looking thing that you twist up like this, and then it stops. And this smells like mint. It actually smells like peppermint, like earthy peppermint. So I love the smell of peppermint. This is something that I really, really like. It's a nice red. It goes on really smooth. It glides really well. You can pack it on and get more coverage, or like leave it pretty sheer, but it's definitely a bright red. It's sort of a cute kind of strawberry red, but it feels really good on the lips. The peppermint feels really nice, and it's rather hydrating for the type of product that it is. So that's it. That is the Tarte for True Blood collection. Again, product and pricing info will all be available on my blog, DustyHunter.com. It is limited edition, like I said, so if you are going to be picking some of it up, if you're interested, you might want to do it sooner rather than later before it is all gone. If you're going to be doing vampire makeup or any sort of undead character, my personal favorite foundation is MAC's Face and Body in white. I like this because it's not opaque, and it has a tendency to mimic skin when you put it on. Face and Body white will not make your face look like a clown. Because it's not opaque, it just transforms your complexion into a few shades lighter than it actually is. But because it's white, you get a nice ghostly cast from it. It's not the same as just using a foundation that's a couple shades too light for your complexion. I also like this because you don't have to set it with powder. It dries really well and is fairly transfer resistant. Now the next thing you're going to want, of course, is fangs. No one's going to know you're a vampire unless you've got fangs. For inexpensive consumer fangs, the ones by Scarecrow are absolutely my favorite. They come in multiple different sizes. You can get them all over the place. I got mine from vampfangs.com. And you size them so they click right in. Now the last thing that you're going to want is blood, and depending on what you're doing, you can use a little or a lot. There are a number of recipes that you can find online that use ingredients like corn syrup and food coloring. If you want something that actually mimics the color and the texture of blood a little more accurately, I would recommend investing in some special effect blood. There are a number of different textures and finishes. Some form scabs, some are very fluid and very liquid, some are more red, some are more brown, some are more yellow, and some are more blue. Some are mouth safe, some are not. Just check the recommended usage for the product when you pick it up and you should be fine. After that, with any luck, you'll look like you just had lunch. The character of Lafayette is undeniably a fan favorite on True Blood. I would describe his style as this fun mix between street thug and drag queen. He also wears more makeup than probably anybody else on the show, except for maybe Pam. Almost more importantly than the makeup though with Lafayette is the clothes. And if you're going to be doing Lafayette makeup, go ahead and throw on a lot of accessories and absolutely, most definitely, some headgear. When I think about Lafayette, I think about lots of fabulous headpieces. If there is one thing he is good at, is layering. Alright, now starting with the makeup tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and start with a primer on the upper lid, and I'm using the Deluxe Lifted Primer that comes with the palette. Next, I'm going to be using the True Death, which is this silver right here. And I'm going to be applying this all over the upper lid except for the outer corner because I'm going to be adding a darker color there and bringing this just past the crease so that you can really see that silver. Alright, now you should be able to see the shape that's going on in here. Next, I'm going to take V and Immortal, which is the sparkling black here. I'm going to mix the two and I'm going to apply them on the outer portion of the eye, sort of going straight out from the arch and then lifting up a little bit. And once you get that general shape down, you can start blending. Alright, once you have that done and you've cleaned out any of the fallout, this is the eye shape that you should have. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is connect the upper and lower lid, just at the outer corner. I'm going to use the same brush that I was using when I mixed Immortal and V, but I'm going to add in a little bit of the True Death metallic silver color. And no more than that, just to connect the two edges. Alright, now that is how that should look when you are done. Now the next step with the eyes is just liner, and I'm going to be using the liner that comes with the palette. On the waterline, if you want to go ahead and add a little bit right up against the lash line, you can, because we're going to be adding lashes. So after that, mascara, and again I'm going to use the mascara that comes with the palette, and the lashes that I'm using are Whimsical lashes by Coastal Scents. Alright, that's it. Now that should be the eyes. I'm going to do one more thing and go in with that silver, just because I want this a little more dramatic, and add it just on the lower lid. Now for the rest of the face, I'm going to finish off using the other products from the Tarte for True Blood collection. I'm going to be using the Cheek Stain, and this is the MAC 128 brush. And in a similar fashion that we did the eyes, we're going to concentrate the color right up here so that you're lifting. Don't do much in the apples of the cheeks. You're really going to be lifting the face. And then lastly, the lips. I'm going to go in with that LipSurgence Lip Tint and just a little V on a small brush and line the outside of the lips. And I have seen Lafayette sport the dark lip line with not much going on in the center. And there you have it. That is it. That's the final look. This is a Lafayette-inspired makeup tutorial. I hope you got a kick out of it. It's a lot of fun to do. If you want to try this out, don't forget to check out my Flikr Photo Group. I'll put a link in the info section. There's also a link on the blog. Go ahead and share your own versions of a Lafayette-inspired makeup look. I'd love to check them out. Now, as any fan of True Blood will tell you, one of the main differences between the living and undead characters on the show is that the living characters all have very glowing, dewy, even moist skin. If you ask me personally, I think the actors are sprayed down with water, but on a film set, you don't have to worry about day-to-day wear and longevity. To the average makeup wear, this could be problematic, as water on makeup will break it down faster and reduce the wear time. There are, however, a number of products that you can use every day that will give you that glowing complexion without having to worry about spritzing yourself down every couple minutes. Now, if you've watched my videos, you've probably seen me use, or at least heard me talk about, MAC's Clear Gloss. This is a clear, non-sticky gel that you can use as a highlight anywhere you want, all over the face, to add a lot of shine. Now, if you're worried that gloss is going to look too oily, too greasy on your skin, two of my other favorite products to use are MAC's Strobe Liquid and Face Atelier's Ultra Sheer. This is in Champagne, and this is my all-time absolute favorite product to use for adding glow and dewiness to the skin without adding in the color. And speaking of color, if you're going to be adding blush or bronzer but still want that glowy, dewy look, instead of using a powder product that you then layer something else on top of to knock back the powder, try using a gel or cream blush or bronzer instead. One of my all-time favorite products to use like that is Aveda's Shimmer Accents in Terra Stone. Now this product was discontinued a while ago. You can see the metallic shine on that. I have found a product that is remarkably similar to it though, and that is Firma's Gel Mineral Bronzer. I know you've heard me talk about this company before. Now if you're wondering, there's a reason why I've powdered my face like it's 1994. I'm actually going to be demonstrating how I use this. I'm going to be using a fluffy blush brush to apply this, and I'm just getting the product and really working it into the bristles and then swirling it. You can see what this does with just a little bit of blending. It brings a lot of shine back to the skin and adds a little bit of a glow. So that's that. That is how to get glowy, dewy skin without having to spray your face down with water. Check it out. Check out some of these products. Let me know what you think. Alright guys, that is my True Blood themed video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you even learned something. I was hoping I was going to have time to share my pecan pie recipe with you, but I was told that I couldn't just because this is Grand's pie! So I guess that's it for me then. So take care. I will see you soon and try to stay